Hello and welcome. It's SVPod. Stanford Steve with a little bling on his neck is here.
Yeah. Our guy, Senko, gave us treats for last weekend.
Yeah, that was the parting gift of
different states.
weekend.
But, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to wear it because I said I'll wear it every time Stanford wins a football game this year. I'm not too optimistic.
You're putting the over-unders 1/2. Come on.
It's bad, Scott. It's bad.
Revisit that. We'll get to that.
Oh, hold on. I got a gift.
Red's here.
Your
Gift?
favorite stadium in college football has
Kibby Dome?
Yep. Open that baby up.
All right. This is for those listening on the pod where I'm opening a box, and it looks like this might be a handsome Kibby Dome replica.
Yes.
It's a box within a box. Now I'm opening another box within the box. Red's going to get a
50-year anniversary of the Kibby Dome.
Now we have styrofoam within it. Why don't you just? All right.
I don't.
Ooh, it's looky here. So what we have is the Kibby Dome in like a little desktop jank.
Perfect.
All right, there we go. And so, all right, home of the Vandals.
And the top goes right on.
Like, we'll throw the Kibby Dome on here. Something about a tribe came in tribe of bold and gold. I don't know. Schler had to be so pissed that I don't remember the fight song. Go you Vandals, but from a north, something about a tribe. And
there you go.
They're gold and they're bold, and I have a Kibby Dome.
Yeah, for the desk.
I'm gonna.
You know what that means?
That means football's almost here.
After you get Maryland 5 national titles,
We already got a chip. No big deal.
you're going to take that job in Moscow, Idaho.
I'll need to talk to Schlereth about that. I'll need to make sure I can have him on my staff. I'm going to need that. I'm going to need my staff to be buttoned up before I take it. But all right, there we go. Kibby Dome. Thank you.
Vandals.
Thank you, Vandals. This goes back, of course, to the back in the day when we had
Please do his voice.
Hey, Bubba. Coach Akey. When Coach Akey was running it up there, we were locked into the Vandals.
Oh, man.
Hey, Bubba, we appreciate what you do for college football. Is he still up in the MAC?
He's somewhere.
He was coaching in the MAC.
Drawing it up in the dirt.
I need to reacquaint myself with where Coach Akey is.
Yeah.
I'll get a text from Coach Akey out of the blue.
How about when
always makes you smile?
Didn't he come on the radio and break? Like, that's when Farouk Manish made the shot. He's a head coach, and he used to babysit Farouk Manish.
I've been doing this a long time. I'm pretty sure that could have happened. We had Walt Podubny on when I sat in for Dan Patrick. That poor guy.
Dubber.
Rest in peace, Dubber. He couldn't figure out why the hell he was on the radio with some guy. We did some stuff.
Oh,
through the
man.
years.
You think
all
back.
kinds of blends into this happy mosaic in our mind. What
do you have on this card?
I just want everybody that's listening to know that I have just fired back a tiny little can of V8, and I am full of energy and vitality. Delicious, salty vegetable juice. I am good to go.
Nice.
On 100 and whatever degree day it is disgusting. However, change is on the fire up the Sam Cooke. A change is going to come.
Okay.
We got a little.
I saw a 78 out there.
Cool front's coming.
Come on.
We need it desperately. I was been on a pool deck the last couple of days. It was everyone's least favorite word, moist. Ugh, it was that.
That's what you were.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was no way to avoid it.
No
way to avoid it.
We drove back from the beach yesterday, and we went to the pool, and I got my half mile and whatever, and they're like, can we go now? It's hot. I'm like, I need to stop sweating. It's that point. You get out of the pool, you can't stop.
That's the thing where there's no sweet spot. It's the pool water isn't cold enough to really be refreshing, but sitting outside in the humidity is just a foul feeling.
Yeah.
So you get in the water and you're like, this is better. But then when you get out, then it's, am I wet because I was in the pool or because I'm just sweating like a absolute pig?
And I said, no, they can't go to the snack stand because A chocolate bar on a day like that? Come on. An ice cream, it's going right down the arm.
Fudgicle everywhere. Is that still a thing? Fudgicle?
I remember Fudgicles.
Hell yeah.
They're in who made those? Same as creamsicles.
That's right.
Yellow box.
Fudgicles.
Oh, man.
And like a white paper package.
Remember that name.
Fudgicles.
Yellow box.
I mean, our guy Jack's dialing it up for us.
There it is.
Who makes Fudgicle? The original Fudgesicle. I never called it Fudgesicle. I just called it Fudgicle.
Yeah. Whatever that company is.
Can't see what it is. This is the original. Who the hell is it?
They got them at the T.
Fudge Pops. Remember when Jello Pops became a thing?
Yeah.
That was what you had to have. Remember them?
Yeah.
Delicious.
You know what were absolutely disgusting is when your mom told you could make your own popsicles, and you're like, no, they're just water, and they're disgusting. And now we have 24 of those plastic things around a popsicle stick in the freezer, and I'm not eating one.
True.
Horrible.
However, if Scott was involved with the construction of those, maybe I would use an entire tin of Hawaiian Punch mix, and the sugar concentration in one of those cubes was enough for your head to like melt on itself like a black hole star. Like it would just, you'd implode. You just one bite of it, and the sugar concentration, you're like, nope, that's a little too tart, tangy. Red, what do you got?
Somebody knocking?
I don't know. We have someone encroaching on the pod. Red, what do you got? Who is it, bud? Relax. No one here. And if there is, they're not. No one's invited.
All right, let's see what we got. Who we got?
Oh, hi, Charlie. What do you need, bud? Sam's not letting you play it on the Xbox?
I get a high five, bud? I haven't seen you.
All right. There's Charlie.
I sign your brace later?
All right.
No? That's a no.
Tell Sam that Dad said.
Or I'm going to throw him in the pool.
Tell him Mr. Steve is here.
With all his clothes on.
Tell him exactly that. That's good parenting, America.
I'm not kidding.
All right. So.
Kid's playing injured. He can't even get the sticks.
When Big Bro, Red, come back in here, buddy. Come on, Red. All right, we're going to.
We are loose.
Yeah, thanks. How's the pod going? We were breaking down homemade popsicles. Kid with an absolutely wrecked wing comes in. Brother won't let him get the sticks. We're off and running, America.
Can you imagine Charlie going back right now and telling Sam what's going to be? Mr. Steve said.
With so much enthusiasm. And Steve, and then Sam in his brain going, oh, wait, he'll do it.
Here.
Yeah. Let him on the sticks. It is plus, no, it's minus 400 that he's going to knock on the door again.
Oh, yeah.
Because Sam's not going to give him the sticks. Minus 400.
We'll see. It's all about his delivery. It's like his pops. He knows how to deliver a message.
Sam might not believe him. He better.
That's the other problem.
He better, because the big man will throw the.
I'll throw him right in. I don't care.
I just want to go back to the homemade popsicles bit, because the old school folks at home are going, yep. It's like the Eddie Murphy McDonald's bit, which never has a truer thing been said. I'll make you a hamburger better than McDonald's. Better than McDonald's? And then it would be egg, and give me an egg and a green pepper. You making an egg McMuffin. And the bread with the fingerprints in it. It's genius, because it's true. Every old school person had an ice tray that they poured some version of orange juice or something in, and then all you had were watery, frozen pieces of shit in the refrigerator.
Terrible. Then they're there still in Christmas.
They're still there.
No doubt.
Still there decades later. Who wants that? No one.
Let's try this new flavor. You have to put all the flavor in there.
Again, if I was the mixologist with the Hawaiian Punch,
I'll let you get near the chemicals.
Yeah, it was. I was like Walt White cooking up the good stuff on Breaking Bad. You get addicted to that quick, right in the veins.
Speaking of one last thing on
go
the
ahead,
popsicles,
please.
my little one, she bites right in the middle with her 2 front teeth. I can't even watch her do it.
Of a popsicle?
Oh, God.
How do you not kind of nibble on the side?
I don't know how. She, right? The whole thing. Right down.
She's not afraid.
Oh.
Well, we talked about the little man. He broke his wing, right? What a bummer. We I want to get this out of the way. Not out of the way, but this is something I wanted to talk about. Because a couple of years ago, when I first was sort of introduced to like this swim season life, not having grown up doing it, we talked a lot about it. Had Tom Dolan on.
Yeah.
Who saw Tom on the deck this morning. We got Champs, which 2-day affair. Charlie would have been in it. He had a great year swimming, but broke his arm, like broke it, which sucked because he did really well. He qualified to have gone. His brother and his sister both went and swam at Champs because they swam up, meaning like Sam's in the 9:10. So there's some like record setters in the 10-year-old kid in particular who could be a guy. And then my daughter is 12. There's a couple of absolute powerhouse swimmers in her age that her best 2 strokes, she's probably 3rd or 4th, but the top 2 are the ones that are going to swim in Champs. But coach is like, listen, we need someone to swim the 18 and under 100 IM. 100 IM, not 50, 100.
18 and under.
18 and under.
She's 12.
Correct. She said, I'll do it. And I thought, when I heard that, she going to do it? When the morning came Monday, she had that look. You know the look.
Mm-hmm.
It's a faraway look in her eyes, and the reality of, I'm going to be on the block against someone that could be swimming in college next year was landing with her. She hadn't tapped out, but I could see just tears, did not want to do it, which I get.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. And I just said, listen, you're not swimming against the person next to you. You're swimming against the clock. You're being an awesome teammate because you're doing what the team needs.
Yeah.
And I said, you never know. Top 16 gets to come back and swim Tuesday, and you point for your team. Dad, yes? I'm going to finish last. It's going to be embarrassing. I said, don't worry about it. When I was young, I remember I played like on a team where I was probably 13, 15-year-olds. Not a lot of contact made when your boy was in the box.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
I've been there, yeah.
But get in the box, see what happens. Take a swing. Take a cut. Well, she's swimming on Monday. And there's 3 18-ish-year-old people, and they're ahead considerably. Not the whole pool length, but they're ahead. It's clear that Lila can't swim with them. But then there's a couple right there with them. And then there's a couple she's ahead of by a decent amount. And I'm like, in my brain, I'm thinking, A, awesome that she did it. B, she's not going to finish last, so that's a win. This is fantastic.
C, let's get a point.
You're not going to be top 16. All right? The odds of being top 16, not very high. Come to find out last night when I'm putting her to bed, she's like, Dad, yeah. When I was standing on that block, all I could think of is, if I get off, I don't have to do this. Am I really doing this? And then she's like, then I heard him say, swimmers take your marks. And all I could think is, I guess I'm really doing this.
Get in the pool.
She wanted to get off the block, didn't want to do it, but she swam. So I went over and I'm like, that was so cool. You swam awesome. She set a PR by a mile from what she'd ever done. She doesn't swim 100. She's 12 years old. They swim 50s in our league. Mm-hmm. And then we're standing there a little bit later, and I see my wife on the phone, and then I see my wife. Anybody can relate to their significant other, where I see her look at the phone, and then I see this. I see big eyes. that could mean something surprisingly good or something bad. She holds the phone up, and I'm looking at the results, and I see a 16, Lila Van Pelt. And I said, she's swimming tomorrow? And she's like, Lila's swimming tomorrow. And I can't explain. We talk about it a fair amount here. And the folks that listen have shared that, I think, look, we're going to talk some sports here, but I think what we all can relate to are those moments. And we're all just trying our best. And it's summer, and look, there's days it sucks because I'm not a camp counselor. I don't do an awesome job keeping the kids always engaged and having the best time, and kids get bored, and you're like, I don't know what to tell you. What are we going to do today? You don't always feel like an awesome parent. But in this moment, you just feel so proud for them that she did it, and I'm like, holy shit, she's going to swim tomorrow, which means she's going to get a point. And as I explained to her, that's the point. The point is the point. And I'm over here now, all of a sudden I'm Mike Tomlin. And I get not like overwhelmed with emotion, but I just feel so full of just like, I know she feels that satisfaction, and nothing you say or do as a parent can give them what she gave herself by trying it, doing it. And today she swam. And she got 1 point because predictably her seed time was 16 out of 16. Ah. And she's swimming against teenagers that are going to college, some of them. So it's 1 point. But I'm just so friggin' proud that she's proud that she did it. And I told her going to bed, I go, look, I don't want to tell you what you should feel, but I hope when you're standing on the block tomorrow morning, just before they say swimmers take your mark, just know one thing. You earned that opportunity. Yeah. You did this to help your team, but you earned the swim on Tuesday. And no one can give you what you earned. And that is the whole thing in a nutshell. And 1 point, man. It's amazing. I sent a text to my friend, our friend, Pat Forty, who lived this life. His kids won an Olympic gold medal, but he reminded me there's no small moments. And this was a big moment, you know, for her to get that one. So anyway, Sam, by the way, swam up as well. He's an alternate. He's, I think, the second alternate. So he finished 18th out of 30 some odd. He needs a couple kids to not make it. So we're going to maybe just shove some kids in the bathroom and be like, I don't know where the kid from Manor is. He didn't make it. I'm not going to do that. What? Sam said, I'm just proud. I'm 18th. That's really great. And I'm like, awesome, buddy.
Get in the pool.
Yeah.
It's the end of the summer. This is the best you're going to be. I never feel like this mic is on when I'm talking. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Couple things. Parents out there that sign your kids up and you don't show enough. These coaches put in so much time.
That's true.
And these relays and new meets at the end are total chaos. And when you have your kid penciled in there and they're in there for the team and you don't show up, at least give the coach a heads up. We had a couple meets this year where just, where's so-and-so?
Yeah. You know, they didn't come to the meet at all?
No.
Like, I get that you kind of lose track of them because what happens and I'm curious about you have some older swimmers because, like, there's 16 teams that are part of this champs meet. And it's amazing because the under sixes, there are 100.
Oh.
The under 10s, there's 500. The under 14s, whatever, there's 50. And then the 18 and under, people age out because it's like, I want my summer to hang out and do what I want to do. Do you guys have older swimmers? Because the reason Lila was needed was because they didn't have enough people to do it. So she's like, I'll try.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hey, 13 to 18, your pool. Where are you?
Kids just age out of wanting to do it. It's not the cool thing to do, I guess. And at least that's kind of the way I noticed it. At least for us,
it's from 8 and under all the way up.
Well, that's cool that that your group is that involved on the older side.
15 to 18 is the last group. 15 to 18, 13, 14. Yeah, and 11, 12. And
meets are so much fun, so much passion. Yeah. There was a swim off because those that know, the top 8, that's where you want to be, because that's where you can win from. You could finish 9th and then have the swim of your life and beat everyone, but you cannot win if you're swimming from the second heat.
Yes.
So there was a swim off for the 8-9 and the 18 and under 50-meter free, and the whole pool's watching. And it was actually a kid from our spot, and he swam a personal record, and he swam a second faster in the swim off and won. I was like, that was you? And he said it was. I said, you know what you find out? You don't know how fast you can go until you got to find out.
Absolutely.
Until you got to find out how fast you can go. And I said, you know what? Tomorrow, you swim that fast tomorrow, you're fourth. It's a lot of points.
No doubt.
It was so much fun. And again, I didn't do this. I didn't grow up in this life. But you're right. If you sign up, show up. That's not. How hard is this, man?
Yeah.
Be an adult.
It's awesome. And like I always explain to it, is the cool thing about our pool is all our coaches are basically seniors. Like we had 4 Division I guys come back. They're at the pool. They're still giving lessons. Like they're there for the younger ones because that's how they came up. But yeah, Country Glen won the divisionals again. Now we're going back to A, which is
deep end of the pool, baby.
Biggest of the big. So next year we'll be back in the A, and we got that Army in Rockville to worry about. But that's
who's that?
Rockville. That's a Army. The best of the best, but that's the way you want it.
We're trying to take out Washington Golf and Army Navy. I think they're the ones that are probably going to be neck and neck to. They're the powerhouses. Summer swim season, but hey, I'm really proud of my kiddos. It's a bummer for Charlie; he'd have been there. I'm really proud of the other 2 that swam up, took on challenges that they don't always. It's not always how they're wired, but you just pray as a parent that these things add up. That they create layers that one thing adds to another. I always say pennies and nickels become dimes and dollars,
Mm-hmm.
and you can add a little bit, and so that we stand on confidence that, like, you know what, if I try stuff, I can do it. And okay, it's 1 point. She said, 16th's not that good. I said, please don't do that. Please don't blow out your own candle. Please don't minimize what you earned. You're 12 years old. 12. 16th is awesome,
Yeah.
So anyway, it's work in progress, but it was, and Mom deserves so much credit. And I told her this. I said, you know what? When they're bitching about don't want to go to practice, and you're the one, and I'm like, and you're the one. It's the one harping on them, going, let's do this. You're the one that's got the. It's not the iron fist. It's just you're the one that can coax them into the pool. None of this happens without all of what she did too. So, anyway,
yeah, no, it's a full team effort. But again, like next week, the opportunity's gone, and she's still going to have that chance. But it also makes me think about, like, we're screwed. Growing up and now seeing it really hit me watching Duke basketball this year with how many times now they show the parents in the crowd.
Mm.
Who are you going to be? Watching your kids in the stands. I mean, we watch sports for a living. And I just go back. I mean, the Knipple family, the Flags, like they had their way. I always go back to Del Curry, watching Steph just being calm. And my dad's favorite, who I still go back to this day, he was probably one of his favorite athletes ever, Calvin Hill, watching Grant Hill. As stoic as, like, I'm trying.
Well, you got kicked.
And I almost got kicked out of. Almost. Might have came up a
little bit.
Dewey Beach this weekend.
Disrespect him a little bit. What was it? Not another word?
Yeah. The game won't start until you're out that door, if you have another word.
Not another word. Let's dial in the Calvin Hill. I mean, I just want to be visible. I think I've told the story. My pop wore a red Maryland bucket hat. I always could, wherever it was, you just spot him and find him.
Yeah, see, I never looked.
That's because you're on a whole different level, man. You're on a whole different level. You were wired to compete at that level. Like, you had that Dolan gene, that Tom Dolan thing, that different.
I go to things now and see people like to your point, looking and acknowledging. I would never, ever look up and like see where somebody was sitting or something. Never. And then, like, if somebody was trying to yell, yeah, you would hear it. I wouldn't even turn around and acknowledge them. A friend, whoever.
Again, you were different.
Yeah.
You played at a different level than the rest of us.
Now I got to look through these young females' minds, and I'm like, how am I going to do this?
Just be present and supportive, man. That's you know what not to be. You see the parent, you're like, it's God. But I mean, rules are rules. So calling out violations, I don't think that's
7 times.
Right. But I mean, they're playing on an 8-foot bucket going sideways. Let's take a 20, make it a full.
Yeah.
I have a quote that was amazing from Deion Sanders' presser on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, what an incredible way to say what he said as he explained that he went through it, man. This guy, he's lost a bunch of toes. I was confused. It was like he had a tumor in his gallbladder. No, that they took it out. They took his bladder out, I believe is what I read. And they asked him, about what it was like to stare death in the face? And he said, I stared life in the face. And I thought, what a fantastic way to frame it. The idea of the fear of dying versus the joy of living. And I was mesmerized by the way, people pointing out, like, he's like, hey, I depend on depends. Like, he's using that as a way to get his another sponsor. Maybe so, and I don't care. Like, I just thought that it was an amazing line that I talk about being at a different level. That guy was on a level all his own as an athlete back in the day, a 2-sport star, yada, yada, Hall of Famer. But you get to a place in your life where all of a sudden you're like, damn, man, like, we're on the back 9 here, like, maybe deep. He could, like, get this, and you're like, I might be tapping out on 18 and it's a wrap. I just think perspective always frames how we view the world. And you can't have a perspective when he was, do-rag and chains and too legit to quit, and I'm that guy. Now he's, an old guy with kids and health issues and all this stuff. It's just, I found him to be compelling is not the right word. I thought the humanity of the answers was something that people don't always want to look at him that way. And I just would encourage them, even if you're not a fan of his, to just listen to what he had to say on Monday, because I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, I didn't know what to think when they announced the press conference and that the medical team was going to be with them, and I didn't know where they were going with this. Obviously, when you have your medical team, you need help explaining things. Is the way I took it. But I was just so glad we got an answer and that he's good, because talking to people that work at Colorado, live in Boulder, like, he wasn't around. He hasn't been around the whole, I would say, most of this year, like calendar year of 25. And then obviously everybody's talking about his son in the draft and Travis Hunter. And like, when he took the job, I always wonder how long.
Of course, because it looked like a stepping stone. Because he's a brand unto himself, and you figure, all right, go there, make it something, and then go someplace else bigger. And then maybe it's a means to an end. Get your son to the NFL, and then take a victory lap someplace else. But no, he's still there.
Yeah, and because I go back to before he even went to Jackson State, is he started the school and getting kids going, and he was teaching, he was coaching. You saw that, and talking to people that played with Prime, they were like, man, he really is into this. And then the Colorado thing come, and it's just like Jackson State, Colorado, all right, what's next? But he's built it into something that big in this amount of time. And I'm really fired up to see, like, at Big 12 Media Days, they were asking about his health. He said, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about my team. And, him and Belichick had this way of, well, and there are questions about their team, because there are a lot of questions. They still didn't really talk about it. So it's like, well, what can we actually have you explain? But this was, I think, a huge step, because people on the outside want to know, obviously. But again, life after Shador and Travis, I think is really, really cool because now you have there's no
ulterior motive.
Yeah, and people, naysayers saying, he's doing this because of this, and his son's the court, and his son's the safety, and this, no, this is his program, this is his team, and he's moving forward.
And the health is a tricky lane because it is a private matter, and yet someone within the organization and the program and the people that support it, they need to know, are you okay?
Yeah.
Can you lead this program? Because if you can't and you're unwell, then get well. That's far more important than football. Even the most diehards would say that anywhere. So I just think the clarity of that and the ability to wait until you were able to say it was in the rear view to talk about it was clearly the goal, right? Don't want to talk about it in the process of. So wait till it's done and you could say, all right, here, I just want you all to know this is what we were dealing with. That's in the past. The problem that we know with cancer is that a lot of times it's one chapter ends, but a different one starts. So you pray for him that's not the case. But anyway, I just found the football piece is a fascinating layer.
Yeah.
But then just stared life in the face to me. I wrote that down. I was like, damn, that's worthwhile. That thought for all of us, as camps begin around the NFL. I don't know what we've got for that.
Here's what you do. Everybody that plays on Friday night of that opening college football Saturday weekend started today, and then everybody that starts Saturday starts tomorrow. That's your calendar.
And then we're in it.
We're in it, man. We are in it.
I'm trying to figure out some running back situations in the NFL.
Yeah?
Who's the guy? I mean,
bro,
name a team. Houston, we got Mixon, mystery injury. Chubb, is he the guy? What are we doing in Cleveland? We got some off-field issues there. I don't know. These are teams you may just let's avoid that situation entirely. Who's RB1 in Jacksonville? The Tank?
ETN,
I had him on too many teams last year. I may never be able to draft him again. But I'm going to draft him again.
Are we going to be in as many leagues?
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
Should text Maddie and let her know. We didn't drop anything.
I don't feel like I was nearly as insufferable this year as I was in years past.
Okay, bud. What pick you got?
Which league? Our group league. I'm second pick.
I think it's now $50,000. The buy-in now.
The thing, every year the business right before the draft order is determined is just every year people are why don't we just make it more money? And the increments, it's like those silent auctions. If you're ever a charity event, you can increase it by $50. Let's just increase it by $5. And if you're in the deep end, let's increase it by $5,000 a clip. And we're just
go for it.
Whatever. It's up to a bigger
One
number.
guy in the league's not even there.
And he thinks that we rig it against him, even though, there's a ping pong ball thing. Everyone can clearly see what's going on. I got the second pick, and I will be taking Bijan. Not Bijan, Bijan. That's from his mouth. So I know how to say the name. I assume Jamar Chase goes 1. Bijan's got to be. He's going to be my pick.
I got 6. I have no idea who's going to be there.
It's going to be a good wide receiver.
Not a running back?
I don't know. I see Gentry. We're really going to take a rookie in the first round we've never seen touch a football. That's a fascinating team to me. You bring in Pete Carroll. You bring in a guy, right? You bring in a chip off the chip at Ohio State. You bring in Geno. An organization that seemed adrift in so many different ways. All of a sudden, you got a dynamic play caller, a guy with boundless energy and the bona fides in Pete, and a quarterback that had the great line. He said, I didn't come here to roll the dice. I came here to run the table. I'm like, Speaking of great lines, that's the guy that said he'd try to write me off, but I didn't write back. I mean, he's got bars. It's when an old guy in his 50s makes a reference. You go, please don't say that. Sorry. He has a great way of saying things. That's an intriguing
it's
team.
So random.
So random.
Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll and the coach of the Chargers were face-to-face trying to kill each other in the Pac-12.
And now?
11 years ago. 12 years ago. And now they're all – two are on one side, one's on the other.
We'll see you twice a year in LA and Vegas.
It's awesome. I can't wait for Hard Knocks. We got the Bills. We're good there.
Are we? Who? I mean, the wide receivers, I guess they just don't matter.
How long did you contemplate that question for that team last year?
When?
All summer, you're like, who's Josh Allen throwing to?
I mean, Shakir became kind of the guy, but it was committee. Hollins had a number of touchdowns for them. Yeah. Because Allen's it's a bit like Brady with New England, where it kind of doesn't matter. Fair?
Yeah, because they score so many freaking touchdowns.
A lot of tutters in Buffalo.
I mean, yeah, Cook was awesome. I don't know if I'll touch him this year, though.
Why?
Contract.
Jamar Chase played last year.
Not everyone's Jamar Chase.
That is well said.
Okay.
He is sort of one
that
of
man
one
is
of one.
Special.
Well, yes.
He's not going to be there at 6.
No, he's not going to be there at 2.
All right, would you rather have Jahmyr Gibbs or Justin Jefferson?
The Jefferson conundrum is you just don't know what McCarthy's going to be.
Threw a deep ball to Addison the other day.
Ooh, camp video. It's so out of hand. I remember years ago being on SportsCenter, Amir Abdullah.
Oh, yeah.
It was a preseason game. I want to say it was the Jets and the Lions.
Yeah.
And Abdullah had like a 50-some-odd yard run, and it was like, that's it. Abdullah. Every league you can get him. I don't know if he scored a touchdown or had 100 yards that year. I don't remember, but it was – and that was at least a game that was on television that people got freaked out. But the camp tweets, like catches, guys make catches, they're not even in bounds. It's like, oh, it's going to be a scene in Pittsburgh cinema. Jesus Christ.
Hey, it's a chance for the beat writers to
No, it's
get
not
some
them.
traction. Yes, it is.
It's all the aggregator people out there.
Oh, that just steal those people's video?
Of course.
Yeah. Who said it? Kevin said it. Kevin Clark said, I think he said, tweet the original. Retweet the originals, not the aggregators.
That's well said.
Yeah. You know? I mean, these people, you know how hot it is at these camps?
Hot. Warm. Like being in a bundt cake.
2 practices a day. That's what we did.
Ooh,
they don't even put pads on.
So-and-so's going to be a problem. God bless.
So you're not buying McCarthy.
I didn't say that. I'm saying that you asked me a question. Let me answer it. I don't know for certain. Is McCarthy going to be a guy? I am certain he's going to throw it to Jefferson. That much I know. And the Gibbs question is, you still got Montgomery that's going to be a guy that they're going to give it to down there on the goal line. And you don't have the OC that was out there scheming up all sorts of stuff. So who would I take I'd take Jefferson.
Wow. I just love how Gibbs catches the ball in the backfield.
And he is
so good.
Well, listen, when Montgomery was hurt and they had to rely on Gibbs, he was an absolute killer. And I think the luxury of being Detroit is we don't have to use up all the tread on that tire. I'm just glad I don't have to make that decision because I'll just say Bijan at dose and keep it moving.
Why? All right, because there's no other guy there.
What?
In Atlanta, there's no other guy. That's why Bijan is so much higher than Gibbs.
Well, that mean they use him in a similar way. He was second in the league last year in rush yards, I believe.
I love him. People keep
to
saying.
Saquon. And I mean, it's an entire year of A different quarterback. You got Penix.
Yeah. Where's he going?
I don't hear anyone talking about him in that quarterback draft. That might be a guy you could steal late. I'm telling you. Might be able to steal
There's a lot more believers in him than you think. And they like to chuck it. Great OC.
All I know is when I laugh about the camp talk and whatever. Do you remember the name a year ago I said about
Bucky Irving?
And I said it as a joke. Like, ooh, be careful.
Did you have him in any leagues?
I had him and I cut him.
You are the worst. The worst.
I'm honest. At least I had him and I cut him. He didn't have a roll early, and I'm like, I need to, because I really liked waivers.
That's the other. I'm not
real.
Over.
I'm not real patient, and so I had him and then I cut him. And now Bucky Irving is not back into the first, but early part of the second. Like he's going. If you love him and you're late first, you better take him on the comeback in the second. Bucky Irving.
It's all about the quarterbacks to me. That's where I get worried.
And it was like a joke. Bucky
You
Irving.
caught him.
I had him and I cut him. I'm sorry, Bucky. It was a terrible mistake. It will not happen again. I'm hoping to get you in another league where I'm on the back end of the draft. Could be looking, although.
When's the first draft?
I'm sorry?
When's your first draft?
I don't know. I received a text last night.
You gotta get the calendar. Get it on the whiteboard. Show wifey.
We've got, yes, it needs to be on the calendar. I believe we're going to set them up. I believe there's late September. I've got a few, early September. I've got a few. And I received a text from one of my poker leagues that I'm in where I don't know any of the people. This is a true story.
And you don't even play poker.
I don't. I'm at the Oriole game the other day, and a guy says, hello. Thank you very much to the Orioles. Wonderful care shown to our family. Big group of us. We were there.
Did they score?
They did, however, they lost to the Rockies. On the drive
Rockies.
On the drive home, my son said, Dad, how did they lose to the Rockies? I said, well, that's baseball, son. He said, they were 50 under 500. I said, they were. They were. But the next night, the Orioles won 18-0. Anyway, I'm at the Orioles game. A guy says, hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm in that league with them. I'm the guy that sends you all the trades. So I met a guy that I'm in a fantasy league with that I don't know, who's a poker guy, who's also an Oriole guy, who sends me on average like a trade a week during the season. You know why he sends me a trade a week during the season? Because I'm the guy that cut Bucky Irving, and he figures maybe I can fleece him.
We had a guy in an old league that would send trades hoping just you made a mistake and
clicked accept. Well, that's not very kind.
Wake up, you have 7 trade offers.
That's a fun league. That looks like that could be our first draft, early draft, which means
Pre-Labor Day.
Charter. Let's get the order out, buddy. You know who likes to mock me. Let's get the order. That's a 2-quarterback league. I got to calibrate. I got to figure out who I'm looking for.
What are you getting on the way back with 2? Taking a quarterback?
Thins out. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm thinking you got to take one with that third pick coming back on 3, but you got to be careful because the guy that took 1 might take 1 on the.
Oh, in that league, yeah.
So we'll see. Is this exhilarating conversation? You guys are having the same conversation out there. You're all still trying to figure out like what's your pick going to be? Who are you targeting? What do you value? Important things to sort out. So I got to pay attention to the camp stuff with the tweets as the people that are going to be a problem. You can make sure you grab them. And again, thanks to all the leagues that send out how I'm going to dominate my draft with stuff that you send to everyone else so they all are armed with the same information. How am I going to get somebody that you're giving this information to everyone?
CeeDee Lamb or Jefferson?
I don't know. How much are they going to give it to Pickens? I mean, Lamb's an absolute monster.
I think Addison's really good for the Vikings, too. That's what scares me. He's better.
I agree. He's slight. Like, you always wonder. I mean, like saying a guy could get hurt. I'm not saying that. He also he had an off-field issue. I mean,
yeah,
could he lose some games? CeeDee Lamb, you just take him and take your 20-some-odd points a week, and he'll have a couple of explosions. Just, whatever. You draft who you want to draft. Don't worry about what I think. I have a question for you about college football.
Please, because I have one for you.
All right. You go first, because this one's going to go for a while.
Last week, I said we were on the cusp of Big Ten Media Days, and I said I can't wait to see how the coaches grasp having won back-to-back titles.
Uh-huh.
A lot of interesting things said at that Big Ten Media Day. A lot. And
what are the headlines?
The favorite in the league saying he hates the idea of this being in Vegas because their local media couldn't even fly out to it. The head coach of Indiana taking a shot at the SEC. The head coach of Illinois backing up what a lot of the SEC does. Like, it felt like people said there was an agenda that there was going against. I thought every guy spoke from what they wanted to speak. I thought Ohio State, the players were tremendous in how they're done talking about last year, and they got to get going with this year because they know what's coming in week one. I think the world of Ryan Day and how he handles things.
Right.
Ohio State fans are mad because
of course
Petiti
they are.
said
that's their resting posture. They're what?
Petiti said no more penalties for the Connor Stallions thing. Who else is out there? Locks saying leave the Louis bags outside. I thought that was really, really interesting because that's a guy that knows how tell me if I'm wrong here, but knowing Locks, he knows how things are run at the biggest places.
Oh, yeah, he was at Alabama.
And he's bringing that here. And to see that and him address it and knowing and addressing exactly what his problem was. He said he lost the locker room.
And it was about the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
This is the first time you've really had, like, there's pocket watching going on among
Correct.
people that are like, well, wait a minute. Like, I'm a guy that's been here. I helped us they went to 3 straight bowl games, won 3 straight bowl games. And now it's like, well, wait a minute. I helped us do all that, but this dude's getting more money than me, and he didn't help us do shit, and now we're not any good.
Correct. So I thought that was awesome because he went out, and I like how he attacked that and let everybody know what the issue was. Mm-hmm. People want more wins? Yeah. I get it, but I think that was super smart by him. The one team, like, starting to do all the stuff now that fascinates me is Oregon. They have as good a roster as you could want nowadays. When you're talking about depth, they got it. Mm-hmm. But they don't have a quarterback that has done it at that position yet.
Right.
And I'm looking at their first 3 games. I mean, I think they get a road game to Northwestern before they go to the whiteout September 27th. But, I mean, their schedule's not the hardest. Mm-hmm. But it feels like everybody's talking about Ohio State. Can they repeat? Penn State did the model of what Michigan and Ohio State did, keeping their guys in there. They're set for a national championship. But I feel like, because I'm really fascinated in this first year of the playoff and what happened to Oregon last year.
That's why I wanted to stop you, because go ahead.
They were the first team ever in the history of the Big Ten to beat Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State in the same season in their first year in the conference.
Mm-hmm. And their reward,
go down to Pasadena and beat the team that you already beat. And they played their best game of the year. And poof, your season's done.
That's
done.
And that's the part about it that makes them a fascinating question, because you lose the guy Gabriel to the NFL. You have a giant question mark at that position, the most important position. And I'm a Lanning fan. I like how he does that. I think he's aggressive in how he sort of the messaging to his group. Go back to when they played Colorado. Those games ain't played on the internet. It's played on grass, and they play for clicks, and we play for this. And they went out and beat the absolute brakes off Colorado, and that was their first sort of, this is what this guy's going to do, huh? Okay, I got you. And last year they were the one. They played great all year and then got crushed by a team they shouldn't have been playing because the seeding was all wacky, horrendous with that. They fixed it, which is good. Be nimble, fix it. There's no reason you can't. Oh, they can't change that. Sure they can. They can do whatever they want. But how do you respond to that? Because the thing about being a program, like a year-to-year power, is that how do you not answer, because it's a different team, but how do you build off what you did a year ago? How do you maintain your place among the power brokers? Because remember with Clemson when Lawrence left, we're like, oh, they go to Uiagalelei, they're just going to keep on going. And then that guy ends up being, oh, he's not a guy. And then Clemson takes a step back. And to Dabo and Clemson's credit, they get back to the playoff last year, and that's a team you and I both like a lot this year. Okay, but they hit a bump in the road, and they figured it out. Well, Oregon's going to be there. They're going to be in the mix.
Yeah.
But how do you come back a year after the guy that was at the wheel is now in the NFL, and the last time we saw you got crushed? I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, they're fascinating to me.
I thought the talking points from the league were fairly. I thought there were. The point you're making is 18 coaches. Everyone's going to say something different, but the fairly clear bullet points that I'm guessing the league would have been okay with them saying is the 8 or 9 conference games. I thought James Franklin made a great point. He's like, look, I was in that league. He coached at Vandy, so he has the perspective of that. 8 versus 9. He said, you're not comparing apples to apples, and you're not. But the depth of that SEC made folks hesitant to want to take on a 9th game, which I understand. But with the Big Ten adding Oregon, Washington, UCLA, and USC, well, 9 games in that league is getting a lot deeper now too, and you're playing 9. And you add Oklahoma and Texas to the SEC, that adds layers as well. But there's the back end. There's some teams there that aren't great in the SEC. I don't buy into the argument. Like, it's just the fandom. This is politics. The Big Ten people are going to point out the teams and say, "Oh, who was it who was the coach?" It was Rhett Lashley that said, "Oh, there's only been 6 teams from the SEC that have won all these years." Like, oh, only 6? Come on, Rhett. I like you.
Yeah.
I like you. That's bullshit, man. What are you talking about? I used to be ACC Scotty. There ain't 6 in that league, okay? Never has been. Ever. 6? Like 6 isn't enough? That's a fucking boatload of teams, man. I didn't understand how that made a point that was negative about the SEC. But I thought that the 9 versus 8, that's a sticking point moving forward. What do you think it should be?
9.
So do I.
But the other thing with the Big Ten is look at when they went to 9 and look whose TV deal was up. That's
yeah.
All right.
Well, and not for nothing. If the SEC goes to 9, then Mr. Sankey's going to call Mr. Pitaro and Mr. Magnus and go, listen, you have to sort this out here.
Yeah. And they know that.
Of course.
But that they're doing that because the TV deal with Fox was up.
Signetti doing the bit about we're just going to do the SEC. Like, come on, man. You guys benefited from the as good a schedule as you could possibly have last year. You took advantage. The best team you played smashed you in Columbus.
Yeah, I watched that game back last week.
Smashed them.
Not close. And he was going full 4-minute drill in the fourth quarter to try and end that 31-15, and then Travion busted a long one to make it 38-15.
Right, well, they effectively did that against Notre Dame, and somehow people talked themselves into that being a close game, which it was not.
Just go back and watch it.
But people don't. But I listen, two things can be true at once. I love that Cignetti got there, talked a load of shit, and then backed it up. Love it. Love it. But I also think that a little self-awareness is probably necessary to just look at it and go, yeah, okay, you could say the SEC model, and we're not going to play Virginia. We're going to schedule teams that theoretically should be dubs. But, like, you didn't play Murderers Row last year or this year, at least on paper.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in saying that, I feel like 9 is what it should be. I feel like the SEC should play 9 conference games. 9, like everybody else.
Big Ten, Scotty. No, I look at Cignetti also as doing this for as long as he has, and he's just like, gloves are off, man. I've done this enough. I'm gonna shoot my shot, and I'm just gonna keep going.
That's because I waited till I was on the back 9 for people to recognize
Correct.
what I am. So guess what? I'm gonna air it out and let them hang.
And they're a tremendously coached football team. They really are. I mean, they are buttoned up. You talk to guys who played for him. You talked about guys who were there for the transition. And then you see the pieces he did.
In the portal this year?
They might be better at quarterback this year.
Oh, I think they are.
Yeah.
And Rourke did a really nice job. But the Mendoza from Cal, like, that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
O-line, they got some people. And it was interesting. I read about how some of the new guys, the culture initially, and that's kind of what Locks is talking about. You have success, you bring in people, you can attract higher profile people, maybe they get more money. Upset the apple cart, but it seemed like they felt like they got everybody sort of locked in now. I'm speaking of Indiana.
Yeah.
So that's the yin and the yang. You get more talent, but then does everybody that's been there feel like they're being rewarded justly? But all the talking points to me all revolve around really, I think, the idea of what playoff model you want to back moving forward. And Petitti, the Big Ten commissioner, and Sankey seem to be disagreeing. And this is the question I wanted to ask you, is which model do you like moving forward, presuming they're going to go to 16? Do you like 4-4, meaning 4 guarantees to the SEC and the Big Ten, or do you like the 5 and 11?
5 and 11 is what Petitti's going with.
No. He wants 4. But
okay. See, that's the other thing. It's I haven't paid that much attention to it.
The Cliff's Notes
because I don't know yet.
Okay, the Cliff's Notes are that what the Big Ten and Petitti are pushing is for 4 guarantees in the playoff for the Big Ten and the SEC, and that there's like a play-in within the Big Ten where it's like 6 versus 3, and they're guaranteed spots in the playoff. I cannot back that. And the point, and I was reading Joel Klatt wrote about why the 5 and 11 doesn't work. It's like it brings way too much politicking, and the 11 spots just becomes just a bigger version of what this beauty contest has been. Do you really want boardrooms and people and agendas sorting things out? And I'm like, well, not really, but guaranteeing 2 leagues half of the playoff, there are plenty of years when that's fine, but there are going to be years where you're just not worthy of that many spots. And with SC and UCLA, Oregon, and Washington being added to the Big Ten, the odds of them having 4 playoff-worthy teams each year is pretty high. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, etc. There's going to be years, Illinois. I keep going. I don't need to name all the teams in the league. And if you're at a place like our place at Maryland, where the odds of you making it don't seem great, but you're like, shit, Indiana made it. You just got to thread the needle. Well, could you maybe be a 6 and have a chance to play the 3 and get in? Yeah, the odds for you are get better that way. Mm-hmm. No doubt. I get it. Long odds, yes, but better odds. Fine. So many people that talk about college football will say, when the poll comes out, carries way too much weight. Shouldn't mean anything, and yet it can because, well, they were preseason number 8. That's just entirely arbitrary. And then maybe that gets brought up later. Well, that's where you start. You start at 8 so you don't drop, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's not nearly as arbitrary as just saying in August that come January, 4 from the Big Ten and 4 from the SEC make it no matter what. That seems far more carries far too much weight as opposed to like preseason rankings, which people will say carry too much weight. I think five power leagues get their spot, 11 other teams make it, and you seed it and off you go. And apparently Sankey and Petiti, who are the two biggest power brokers, obviously with the SEC and the Big Ten, are currently not on the same page as it relates to this. And they're going to vote this year to figure out what happens next year. And there's more minutia, but the gist of it is one's 5 and 11, meaning 5 automatics and 11 at larges, and the other guarantees the SEC and the Big Ten 4. I just feel like that's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know, because I feel like last year, the way they did it and what they've already changed, I feel like is an overreaction. Yeah, but that's what we love to do in this sport. And when you say, all right, the ACC is going to get 2 last year, all right, it's going to be Clemson and Miami. No, it's going to be Clemson and SMU. That looks a lot different. The Big Ten, all right, they're going to get a bunch. Michigan's going to be in. No, they're not. Indiana is going to be,
and then the seeding was so bad last year that the one ended up with a path that included Ohio State. It was a wrecking ball. And I mean, that happens sometimes with the NCAA tournament where a really good power league team has whatever happens and all of a sudden they're on the 8-9 line. That can happen. But I mean, the path that Oregon faced as opposed to the path Penn State, the team they beat, faced, was a joke.
Yeah.
A joke. They played SMU and Boise State. Those are the teams they played to get to the Final Four.
I think
Oregon beat them, but they fixed it. To their credit, they're like, you know what? That's stupid. Let's fix it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Could we see it this way? Because I think this is perfect.
The 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
but if some is good, more is better. You know how that works.
I understand that, but like just the idea, and people just say, all right, that's good, because then 16 to 24 is going to get more talked about, and that's what happened last year. The teams that were at 12, to 20 were still in the mix at the end. Like, you don't know. And, you had Army and Navy up there for a minute,
And then they each played Notre Dame and got smoked.
Correct. And then, I go back last year or 2 years ago, USC is a game away. Caleb Williams tears his hamstring. He can't really do it. They get smoked without a healthy Caleb Williams against Utah in the title game. And that was with 4. SC was going to go.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just like, could we let it bake a little bit? Let's see this 12. But we can't because everybody is smarter than the other person. But I think we're
everyone's just trying to do they're trying to monetize off the strength of their current position, which I understand. I agree that 12, with it seated appropriately, is really good.
Yeah.
And I don't think that, when it comes to somebody was talking about the percentage. I think it was Drink. I think Drink was talking about the percentage of teams that make the playoffs. See, in the NFL, there's only 32 teams, so a higher percentage should go. In college football, there's a lot more teams, a lot more shouldn't go, because there aren't that many that are worthy.
And I hate the new NFL playoff system. I think there's way too many teams that get in. Way too many. And I'm a guy that values the regular season. If we want to do that, then you keep valuing the regular season and you allow less playoff teams, but that doesn't mean as much money for everybody, and that's all everybody ever wants at the end of the day.
And then the other point about the 8 versus 9 and the model, and you'll never get good inter-conference games, like intersectional games to start seasons. You'll just never see it moving forward because the cost of the loss is potentially too penalizing.
And the one thing I will say is that the best thing, or the thing I was looking forward to most last year was being on campus for those playoff games. And yeah, we froze our nuts off at South Bend for the Indiana Notre Dame game.
Frozen buck nuts.
And the next night for Tennessee Ohio State. But it was awesome. It was so good. And then you fast forward to being at both semifinal games, Penn State, Notre Dame. Not a fan of either fan base, but they showed out. And it was a great atmosphere. Great. And then Texas and Ohio State, probably the 2 best scenarios you could have in Jerry World for a game. Haven't seen that building that good ever. And you have a game down to the wire where it's always funny to me that everyone thinks Ohio State manhandled Texas. They didn't. But anyway, and then the national championship was great. You were there. Not outside. It wasn't great outside.
No, it was chilly.
But it was inside. And
wasn't great at A6 the next morning either.
Notre Dame and Ohio State brought the heat. So the atmospheres were so good. And that's what I'm most fired up about is those home games were really, really cool. So we have that.
Speaking of the playoff, I got caught. I got caught. 2 a.m. And I feel a presence to my left of the couch.
And it wasn't red.
And it's my wife. Bug-eyed. What are you doing? It's 2:00 a.m. It was worse than have she come down and I had on like some kind of real niche porn.
Brazzers.
What's that, Steve? Would have been worse. It was worse than that. Like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, come on. She was looking at me with disdain, disgust, and I'm like recruiting. I'm not even playing
the game.
Not even playing the game. I'm trying to get my pitches together, and I don't even have the ability to be like, well, I'm not just. I'm just like, yeah. Come to bed. And the only reason she was awake because you were at the beach, so you didn't have this. We had thunderstorms the other night that came through late.
Oh,
that were like Armageddon, and so the thunder had woken her up. She came to make sure. I don't know what she came. Oh, there was some champs that they come by and they bring signs for the kids that are swimming for
toilet
champs.
paper.
We did get toilet paper, yes. And she came down to bring in the signs so they wouldn't get ruined, which is great.
What a mom.
And then she's like, "Where the hell is my husband?" Comes downstairs, and there I am. Doesn't anyone knock? Yeah, I'm recruiting, hon. Just fired up. We just won the national championship, and I'm trying to get my recruits for next year. Takes me back to the 2002 Van Pelt on the overnight with Neil Everett, single, living in downtown Weehaw. Playing Halo until the sun came up. Only now I'm a dad of 3 and I'm in my late 50s. It was not a proud moment. But you know what I did? I kept right on recruiting.
Be all right.
I had to get my...
It's not like you got a flask right there and you're sipping while you're watching something. You're
trying to run a program here.
All bammed up.
The lifeblood of a program's recruiting. It's like shaving. If you don't do it every day, you look like a bum. So I'm recruiting. I still can't recruit. I can't get anyone to come to my school. It's ridiculous. Get upstairs. Now the thunderstorm has arrived, and this is the first time this has happened in years. We were 4 wide in the bed. Both boys. Thunder, frightening.
California
we got one.
King?
You
got that California King?
Big one.
No.
But we got one in there that's got a cast on his arm.
And as weapon.
He slept with me one night when his mom was away, and I'm like, "Bud, I can't do it again." And he's like, "I'm just an active sleeper. I'm sorry." He's an active sleeper with a weapon on his arm. And then we got his big brother next to him. We're 4 wide in the bed.
No one's sleeping.
We got some recruiting, but I got caught.
Okay.
And then the next night, she's like, hey, she's going to bed. She knows I'm not going to bed because I don't go to bed early. Hey, how about you don't stay up till 2 o'clock playing a video game? You're not in your 20s anymore. Like, okay. You know what I did? Went down. Fired up some games.
Be all right.
I don't have a lot of vices. I take good care of the group. We're gonna play some games.
Some crewing in.
Get some crewing.
You know what I realized about the crewing?
What?
Is you're really schedule based. Because they say like you gotta have the big games for your recruits, and then like you're going against like I don't want to customize my schedule too. I just want to get the next season going.
But you can't move the conference games.
And you got to have enough time.
And I'm saying you got to bring them in late. That's the thing. You see that they're ready for a visit. You bring them in early. They're never committing on that visit. And then they don't commit. Now they're going to go to Bama in week 8 and they're done. But then if you wait until week 10 and West Virginia gets them on campus week 8, buddy.
You know what goes on there.
Let's go Mountaineers. Let's go drink some beers.
Keglers.
Bang. They're in. Keglers with Steve smashing wings, getting an NIL deal. McAfee funding it. You just lost a recruit. I'm not good at recruiting. Got to tighten that piece up. But we did win the chip.
Good. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
With all the updates to the video game also,
Yep.
we got to get some more songs. I can't hear Tipsy or Miley Cyrus.
I think that's just
It's bad. We got it.
Commercial music is a chore.
But it's all the bands playing it. Like I know I've been to all these games. They play Give Me Texas Tech playing Snoop. There's no words, but we know what that anthem is.
We have sources that I know are podcast listeners.
Oh.
Let's tighten that up.
Yeah, what's up?
Next patch, Steve would like some more songs.
Yeah. Ivy League, they get loose. Stanford band, we're not great at football, but we get loose in the band.
Let's close with that. You really don't think they're going to win a game?
They'll win a game.
Okay. You're going to wear that chain when they wear them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I wanted to make sure I could. I have a couple of things for you.
Okay. On the way out.
On the way out.
All
right. Was back in
Dewey?
Yeah.
Okay.
And went to the 1 seed Woody's for dinner.
Crab cakes.
I have a problem.
Okay.
I can't order anything else than a crab cake at Woody's.
Sure
They're
you can.
that good.
Sure you can.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
Do you have any? You're psychotic in what you eat.
Yes.
And you go to the place. You go to your places all the time.
Yeah, but you can order 2 crab cakes.
Yeah, I know.
2's a lot though. Two's kind of like
But you know what I'm saying?
One double is a lot is not enough, but 2 double doubles is too many, which is why you go 3 way.
3x3.
3x3.
No lettuce.
Woody's, you get 2 crab cakes, then ask for the homemade chips with the Old Bay on it.
Oh,
there you go. That's your dinner.
God, what a place! I can't.
Get yourself an ear or corn on the cob, little silver queen.
Crab cake, and now you got me on the Old Bay. Wow, what a topping!
That's it. That's all you need.
I don't need anything.
Just a guy that puts an entire half shaker of salt on anything he eats.
No salt.
No, Old Bay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm saying you can get 2 crab cakes.
All right.
That's the move. Not
I don't even want the sides.
No, don't get them. 2 crab cakes and some Old Bay chips. Call it a day. Next.
What'd you think of Happy Gilmore 2?
Haven't seen it. People are mad or whatever. Like, folks, it's a movie. Be happy or don't. I don't know what to tell you. I haven't seen it. Did you?
Yeah.
And you're
exactly what I thought it was going to be. You can't keep track of all the cameos and what do they say?
Wild lines,
free ad reads.
Oh,
that are just pop up all over the place.
It's not Citizen Kane. It's not meant to be.
No.
This isn't in film class. You don't need to think about the third arc.
I was really happy because they go for the Tour Championship, and Rory says Tour. Great. The golfers are fantastic. Scotty Scheffler's awesome. Zalatoris is fantastic. Dan Patrick, I think he should get supporting actor. His name is Pat Daniels. He's got a giant mustache, and then he's on like a Peloton bike at a gym, watching it and asking for high fives from ladies next to him, and they just give him the creep eye.
Pat Daniels,
big old mustache. But at the beginning, we get the hey.
I wasn't asked.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently the only person that wasn't.
But yeah, there's so many cameos that I don't know who people. I think I'm supposed to know, but yeah, it was great.
But it's exactly what you
exactly.
You laugh, you feel there's that guy. That's good. I mean, people are like mad. It wasn't
Boban, awesome.
Who?
Boban.
Oh, Boban. He's in
nude. He's nude. Be careful.
Oh, I'm gonna pass on that. Pass on that thought.
And in this world we are in with pictures and everybody, like, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm in Ibiza.
Oh, right. Living a fake life on Instagram for people you don't know.
It only adds to my feeling of I don't really need to go that many places. I'm good.
You're good?
Out of the country, go.
No. The world's a big place, Steve.
So many good places.
Broaden your horizons. Italy? Come on.
No chance.
Buddy.
No way.
I can't help him.
No way.
You're not going?
No.
And hold on. So people's pictures on social media makes you not want to go places?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Why?
It doesn't look great to me. Like all of Europe, you can have it. It's all old.
It is.
Every road, like, do they have paving companies over there?
Steve, they were built before paving companies.
I understand that, but there's things called updating.
You want them to come through Venice and like
Fenway Park and Wrigley did great jobs upgrading. They don't believe in upgrading?
Fog Island? Retrofitting.
Yeah, they don't believe in that?
Hey, Italy, how about you pave some shit?
Yeah.
France.
Same thing.
Slap some pavement and asphalt on your Rue de whatever.
How about a new paint job on the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
I will say Venice could use a power wash.
Come on.
A power wash would not hurt Venice.
You're with me. You're with me.
But
I'll be maybe that's what I do. Remodel in Europe. There's an idea. How about you slap some paint, new coat of paint over there?
What happened to Steve? He left. He's remodeling Europe.
How about some more ice machines?
He's painting.
Why do they refuse
Luxembourg
on ice?
They just you get more drink.
I want it cold.
Correct. That's what I told the lady in Glasgow when I got the night after I caused the scene in the fish and chips place. You want ice? Yeah. You get more drink. Yeah, I understand. I want my drink to be cold.
Cold. Thank you.
So, Steve, it's been a blast having you. He's gonna leave it all behind and go remodel Europe. Listen. There's no reason to try to convince you to do something you don't want. Don't. But the people that know that have actually, I wish I've seen more. I mean, I admire those that have seen more of it. But you're good.
Go for it. Everybody, just go.
You know where he'll be? Dewey at Woody's, smashing a second crab cake.
2 weeks.
Going back?
Yeah.
It's your favorite place.
It's the best.
All right.
We got destroyed by the ocean.
The whole fam?
Naps galore around the.
Word on the street is that the ocean temps have brought in a jellyfish infestation, the likes of which has not been seen in the Delmarva in years.
Got better as the weekend went, but that first Thursday, it was like.
That lit up?
You see them. That's
and
the little girls are just like.
No thanks.
And the first time ever, we just did a pool day Sunday.
Really?
Yeah. Girls were they got tossed, and we put a big float out in the ocean.
You didn't have any surf sides, did you?
Nope.
Come on.
Nope. In bed first 2 nights at 11. I woke up the next 2 days. I was like, you really could do a lot more here. Morning walks.
Yeah, if you don't have 12 tequila drinks the night before.
Yeah. Nope.
Imagine that. It's all coming crystal clear for Steve-O over here. All right.
Put more on the agenda.
Yeah. Get more in, more time for activities. All right, Reds had enough.
Yep.
Next week, the Van Pelt fam will be in parts unknown, so there'll be no pod next week.
All right,
but then we'll be back at it. Oh wait.
Uh-oh.
No, the next week we're good.
You need me to do a solo? Just let me know.
You might, because the following week is our Monday Night Football. The 17th.
We going for a ride?
I think.
All right.
And then we got
Monday the 18th.
Whatever.
Monday night countdown.
Yeah, we got a countdown, and then
we're in it.
Then we better have some picks to dominate your draft. We better have some over. I had a guy ask me somewhere, where the hell was I? Hey, Stanford Steve gonna have any over unders?
Oh yeah, I could do that.
There you go. So we take a 20, make it a full, come back. We'll have some over unders from Stanford Steve. Things of that nature. If he's not over in Switzerland, telling him that we got to tighten some stuff up.
Cut some trees down.
All right.
Make the mountains bigger so more people could ski.
They're pretty visible, but I'll leave it on that note.